Hey everyone, welcome to this reaction video of the Nintendo Direct of roughly 2 weeks ago, more than 2 weeks ago from this time period right now, and the Super Mario Brothers movie Direct, which wasn't all that much of a Direct, it was really just of a an early teaser trailer. In fact, I think it was like supposed to be right after the original Direct from a couple of weeks ago, but they just decided to play at a different time. I'm not sure. I will say this right now. I am not reacting to these directs blind. I've both watched them on my own time while I was stuck at college, which is why I didn't do a live reaction when they were originally coming out. But I wanted to go back and actually do a reaction for you guys, to enjoy my reaction. I will say that for the Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario movie direct, I did not listen to any of the voices because I had to just watch the video, not listen to it during class. So I will be listening to those voices blind. I don't know what Bowser sounds like. I don't know what Chris Pratt sounds like. And I don't know what Toad or Kamek sounds like, if any of you know that. Anyway, let's just gotta move on. Okay, so this is the the Nintendo Direct from September 13, 2022. That's actually 3 weeks past, not 2 weeks, like I might have implied. Didn't think it was that long ago, but that's what it was. Anyway, let's react to it. I've already seen this before, once again. I've already seen this before. But, I mean, it's been 3 weeks. I don't remember everything about it. But I do know what game they're starting with. Starting with Fire Emblem.
Of Elios. 4 realms surrounding a holy land at its center. 1,000 years ago, our lands endured a vicious war with the Fell Dragon. We called upon heroes from other worlds to aid us,
from Awakening.
Heroes known as emblems. With them, the warriors of our nations fought as one. In the end, we were victorious in defeating and imprisoning the Fell Dragon.
Yeah, this is a very generic plot for a Fire Emblem game.
Now, I sense a resurrection.
They don't seem to be trying anything fancy for this game's plot, which some people are quite critical of, but not as critical as this character's design. Basically their hair colors, and, well, just their hair in general, honestly. To be quite frank though, even if it wasn't for the hair, they still wouldn't be all that special, all things considered. I think their name is Atelier. And once again, it's an avatar. Kind of wish to go back to a time where Fire Emblem did not just all have avatars. Now, quite a bit of information has come out.
Really 1,000 years?
This reveal right here. And
if I may,
the animations are good and everything like that, but what they seem to have found out is that there's no actual marriage or kids or anything like that. Like, there's no romance elements apparently, which is kind of funny considering the game is called Engage, but there's no way to get engaged. Which is ironic too, because it's what I want from a Fire Emblem game, to stop delving so much into the life sim elements and just focus on the tactical stuff like Shadow Dragon did.
It is rather
quiet, but there's still this stuff right here, so
it's
not completely out.
The time has come. Now, as one, Emblem Engage!
Super Saiyan mode activated.
One strike will decide it all.
Please grant me your strength.
Yeah, animation-wise, it actually looks good. I know some people don't like this art style, but animation-wise, this is actually pretty solid.
She asked me to gather all of the rings and bring peace.
I still haven't even finished 3 houses, though. So I'll probably just look at a playthrough of someone else when I actually get to this game. Well, when it's released. Because I have so little time to play RPGs and other long games like that.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. What you just saw was the latest installment of the Fire Emblem series, Fire Emblem
Oh, by the
Engage.
way, this game was
In
leaked
addition to the
months,
standard
like
version,
a
we'll
couple
also
of
be
months, I want to say,
releasing
just
Fire
before
Emblem Engage
this reveal.
Divine Edition,
So
containing
people
collectible
were
items.
decrying the
Please
look
look
of the
forward
main
to more
character
information about
like
this game
so
in the
long
future.
ago, but it wasn't as big of a shock as it would have
Let's
been
take a
had it
look
not
at
been
our
leaked.
first
Because
batch
if
of
it had not
combos.
been leaked, I think people would have gone like a huge shell shock of seeing a protagonist that looks like
It
that.
takes two to tango.
Anyway, It Takes Two is a relatively popular
Cody and May's
game.
relationship is on the rocks. But it gets even tougher when they're turned into dolls. To get their bodies back, they'll brave an onslaught of challenges where working together is the only way forward. Team up and cooperate
Such
with
a
a friend
surprising
in this
game from
critically
EA.
acclaimed two-player
Like, I don't think
platforming
they
adventure.
developed it themselves,
Even
but
the bumpiest road can be
EA
traveled with
is
someone
not
by your
known for
side.
being merciful
Venture
towards their
through
smaller
fantastical
smaller
worlds
studios.
filled with challenging experiences around every corner. In addition to single system play, the game can also be played on 2 systems via local wireless or online with a pal via the free Friends Pass. Help Cody and May return to normal. With a partner, of course.
Yeah, this is an exclusively co-op game. Like, you need
Takes Two
someone
launches
to
on the
play
Nintendo Switch
this
system
with.
November
Of course, now we
4th.
have online and
Pre-orders
still
begin
local
today
play,
on
so
Nintendo eShop.
it works well for it.
The forbidden
And here we
story
have-
begins.
Fatal Frame. I don't know if this is a remake or not. Definitely looks like a Japanese protagonist girl.
After
Looks like
mysteriously
that
vanishing as a
Elise girl
child,
from Sonic
Yuka
06
Minazuki
actually.
visits an abandoned hospital in search of her lost memories.
Much makeup. But Fatal Frame is a pretty good series. It fell a little niche.
Use the camera obscura to repel evil spirits and uncover the memories that
It's
were
faring
sealed
better than
away.
Silent Hill at
A
the very
dark
least.
curse looms near. What ancient rituals will be revealed? Fatal Frame, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse launches for
Okay,
the first
yeah, this
time
is a
in the
new
West
game,
on
apparently.
Nintendo Switch next year. There's a new
Oh, and
hero
this is
who
I can't
looks
believe Xenoblade 3 is
mechanical.
already out. Like, I have Xenoblade
Introducing
1, but I've never
Wave
gone
2
around
of
to
the
playing it because I know I have no
Xenoblade
time to play
Chronicles
JRPGs, and
pass for the
Xenoblade
Chronicles
is an
3 game.
extremely long RPG.
This is Ino.
And already
New
they're with the
hero.
third game's
She appears to
DLC.
be, mechanical? Complete her quest to have her join your party. Expanding your options for classes and battle strategies. Challenge battles will also
Too many
be added.
systems.
Test your mettle in consecutive battles against tough enemies. Defeat all enemy waves to earn rewards.
Still,
Challenge
Xenoblade
even
X
stronger
is
enemies
still
to earn
stuck on the
valuable
Wii U.
accessories and special
Forgotten
outfits.
forever. It never happened, guys.
More hero and gameplay additions will arrive in Wave 3. Wave 2 of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion pass launches on Nintendo Switch October 13th. Get drawn into these Nintendo Switch games. Nautical nonsense begins when SpongeBob and Patrick make a
SpongeBob.
wish that unravels the very fabric of the universe. In this 3D platforming
Why is Patrick a
adventure,
Luma,
you'll
though?
travel through portals to 7 outlandish
Like,
wish
seriously,
worlds,
Patrick
like
is just a
prehistoric
Luma in
kelp
this
forests
game,
and
apparently.
Wild West jellyfish fields. Explore using all sorts of wacky moves, don over 30 fantastic cosmic costumes, and meet your favorite Bikini Bottom residents from the TV series, voiced by their original actors.
That's important right there.
Soak up SpongeBob
There was that,
SquarePants and Cosmic Shake,
game,
launching on Nintendo Switch next year.
I don't think it's multiverses, but there was a game with
already
multiple people where,
Fit?
like,
Buff
it was a
with
Smash
familiar
clone,
characters
but
from
they were trying to
Fist of the North
make
Star. They'll be your
to show that
instructors in
hey, this is pretty much the
exercise
dream
mode,
type of
leading you
game with
through
all these characters.
various
But they
boxing
didn't get the
drills.
original voice
Defeat as
actors,
many
and
enemies
that's
as
just
you
a
can with
huge
just
turn
your
off
fists
for the
in
casual player
battle
base.
mode. Or
Anyway, we
check
have
out
Kenshiro
rivals
right
in
here
box
with the
battles, including
written
Jackie.
game.
Fitness Boxing, Fist of the North Star launches
Fist
on
of the
Nintendo
North
Switch,
Star?
March
No.
2023.
Fit of the North Star.
ain't your
Ho 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 ho!
Throw
I'm pretty sure that was
whatever you can at opponents in
what they
this
were going for with that
hilariously
game.
hard-hitting party game. Embrace the absurdity of frantic minigames, each one featuring ridiculous rules in madcap arenas. Customize your character from head to toe with hundreds of accessories. Plus, challenge up to 6 friends and frenemies in local and online play. They won't even know what hit them. Oddballers launches on Nintendo Switch early
Ugh,
next
it's very
year.
late at night when I'm watching this.
A
That's
small
how little
boss
time I've got. Oh,
washes
Tunic is
ashore on
a.
a ruined
If you're looking for a
island. Brave the
classic
unknown
Legend of Zelda
in this
experience in
isometric
pseudo
action
3D,
adventure game.
this is your game
Your
right
only
here.
clue here is the manual. Traverse the island's interconnected realms to retrieve its missing pages. Dangerous traps and even more dangerous monsters lurk around every corner. What long-lost secrets will the island reveal? Tunic launches on the Nintendo Switch system September 27th. Pre-orders
got
begin
the
today
thing.
on Nintendo eShop. New intel has arrived for these front mission remakes. Full remakes of 2 front mission games are storming in. In Front Mission 1 Remake, you'll pilot giant machines called Bonzers in tactical turn-based combat.
Gundams?
You'll obtain
This
skills
this
that
feels
can
like
help you
a
gain the
90s
upper
game in a
hand
sense,
against
or an early
opponents.
2000s game.
You can also test your
Back
mettle
when
at the Coliseum.
Gundams were extremely in, you know? Also, the fact it's
Continue the
turn-based
battle in the
combat.
sequel, previously unreleased outside of Japan. Take advantage of additional features like more terrain effects, weapon and armor attributes, and over 80 new skills added from the first game. Front Mission 1 Remake launches on Nintendo Switch this November. Front Mission 2 Remake will launch on Nintendo Switch next year. And in the future, a remake of Front Mission 3 will also launch on Nintendo
3
Switch.
front missions are being brought to the
It's a
front.
wonderful life for a new generation.
Story of Seasons, I believe
After
this is.
nearly 20 years,
Most
a
of us
beloved
call
family
this Harvest
experience
Moon,
is
and it
reborn.
might as well be,
Welcome
because
back to Forgotten
like
Valley.
this is what it's supposed to be.
Here,
This is
you'll
like
manage a farm
these
passed
developers'
down to you by
idea of
your
what
father.
Harvest Moon should be. The irony is that the actual
Store
Harvest
and
Moon
expand your
series,
farm
I
as you
believe
nurture
they
crops.
sort of like had
Care
to
for
stop
your
them
friendly
because
animals and help the
they
land
couldn't
flourish.
move on, right? They couldn't adapt to the changing times of
Befriend the townsfolk while
cultures
you're out
and
about in the valley.
consumer demands and whatever.
You might even meet your future partner and start a family.
Baby.
In this installment, those around you will grow older as time goes on. Their appearances will change over the years. Your child will also choose their career based on how you raise them.
You even get gray hair.
An especially wonderful farm life in Forgotten Valley lies ahead. Story of Seasons.
So what's the
Wonderful
point
Life
of the
launches
game?
on
Well, no,
Nintendo
it's
Switch,
just a life
summer
sim.
2023.
And I already said what I think about life sims back at the Fire Emblem part. Not that I think it's bad. Oh, it's Splatoon 3 time. I've already done this Splatfest, so this is kind of worthless to watch. Hey.
The first post-launch Splatfest for Splatoon 3 has been confirmed.
Gear,
Here's the theme.
grub, fun.
What
I
would
went
you
with Team
bring
Fun,
to a deserted
but
island?
Gear just
Gear,
won by a
grub,
landslide. It was the
or
most popular
fun?
choice and just the one that, like, for some reason, Fun just outplayed Gear in the
So
first
many
half, and that
incredible
made it so that Big Ben once again got
Which team
stuck
will
with
you
the
join?
bad position of Tricolor Splatfest. Although they happen less often, but that's mostly because of how many
More free updates are
Team
planned
Gear
for
players were.
Splatoon 3.
They were like, there were as many
Be
Team
on the
Gear
lookout for
players
more
as
info in the
Team
future.
Grub and Fun players combined. That's kind of ridiculous.
So, Squids, what did you think? What would you bring to a deserted island?
Well, apparently Gear, because that
As
gets
for
you
me, I've
Fun and
already
Grub.
decided.
That's
I
what
hope
the
you'll all
thought process of
participate
most
as
people
well.
was. Such an obvious choice.
Next, please take
But I
a
went
look
with
at
Team Fun
this.
anyway. Because fun is more important. Another Square Enix game. Life Sims again. I remember this now. This Direct had lots of life sims. But this is not a life sim. This is more of a traditional RPG. With sprites and stuff. Octopath Traveler 2!
Introducing a
Hopefully
brand new
not
game,
like Bravely Default
Octopath
2,
Traveler
I think. I never played the Bravely Default series, unfortunately.
Embark on a journey through the land of
I do have
Celestia.
Octopath Traveler
With that, we could
1,
realize
but
a world
I only
without
played it on my own time.
Without bloodshed.
And I didn't quite completely
I'm
finish it, but I played a little bit of it. Like, it's hard to gauge because it's an RPG. I don't know when it actually ends. Probably after a long time. But I at least finished one plot of the original Octopath Traveler.
Again, not this stench. The stench of blood.
Doubt is what I do.
I guess this is the strength of Octopath Traveler,
Oh, the tasty meat.
in that you can just play one person's plot in.
Who I am.
That's more than enough for me.
Explore a
Don't even have to
wide
finish
world
it.
set in a
Play whichever
bustling
one you
era.
prefer.
Each
Gotta say though, I
traveler's
really do
path
like
acts
that
a difference
they
between
Square
day
Enix is keeping
and
up
night.
sprites in this modern age.
Our Lord knows well.
I don't know if this is exactly the way I would
What
prefer
will
sprites.
happen when their
They're using
paths
lots of booms
intertwine?
and blurs and stuff to make everything look 3D because it's kinda 3D. I would prefer pure sprites
And
everywhere,
what adventures await them
including
in
the
this new
environments.
world?
Think I found the source. Tasty stuff, huh?
The 8 travelers each have their own story to tell. Where will their journeys lead them? And you? Octopath Traveler 2 launches on Nintendo Switch February
February
24th, 2023.
What you just saw was Octopath Traveler 2 from Square Enix. Please look forward to the journeys of 8 new heroes.
Yep, because it's Octo.
Let's see some more headlines.
Gotta go with 8. 8 Pats. 8 Travelers.
A magical
New life
home
sim.
is waiting for you. Welcome to your new fairy tale life in Fae Farm. Cultivate your homestead.
Crafting,
and forge
life
everlasting
sim,
friendships in this farm
form
simulation
relationships.
RPG.
fishing.
Discover magical spells to grow
Oh,
crops.
the game we're making for our
Face off against
project in
mischievous
college
foes.
is has some life sim
and
elements with
explore the
fishing and
enchanted
a
realms
bit of farming too.
Azoria. Along the way, you'll befriend a lively cast of characters who call this island their home. Tend and grow your fairy tale farmstead solo or together with up to 4 players in local or online multiplayer. By gathering resources and crafting items, you'll be able to customize your home and enjoy this mesmerizing adventure even more.
We
As
gotta
the
compete
seasons
with
change,
Minecraft.
New spellbinding surprises can be unlocked that'll help you restore Azoria
Animal
to its
Crossing, we gotta
natural
compete with those
splendor.
games.
Magic awaits in Fae Farm, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch Spring 2023. It's a musical blast
Now we got
from the
Theater.
past. Celebrate the 35th anniversary of the Final Fantasy series with the latest theater rhythm game.
I'm surprised
Enjoy
this is a
iconic
series.
songs like One Winged Angel, Torn from the Heavens, Suteki Dane, and more.
I gotta say,
total.
I'm just not very good
Songs
with
are
written games,
categorized
even
by
though I
game,
kind of want to
so you
be.
can play each stage
unfortunately.
while experiencing the series through the
Like, I
music.
won't mind playing this, it's just I won't be very good.
In addition, 2 players
I am
locally
tone
can
deaf
complete stages
and bad
in
with
pair
written-
style, while up to 4
even though I believe
players
they
can
do keep,
battle to the
the
beat in
written games
online
simple.
multi-battle.
This is not the
Theater
original
Rhythm Final Bar
arcade
Line
written
begins
games
its
where
symphony
they're
on the Nintendo
extremely
Switch
difficult.
system February 16th, 2023. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. After the game's launch, paid DLC songs from the Saga series, Nier series, Octopath Traveler, Live Alive, and more will be released. That's 90 additional songs. Plus, editions containing a season pass and 27 extra songs, including Melodies of Life, will be available.
Premium Digital
A cosmic
Deluxe.
adventure is just around the corner. Blast off on an adventure of galactic proportions with Mario and the Rabbids. Let's
First
dive in.
Rabbids game with Mario was
Freely
well
roam
received
through
and
all
surprising,
sorts of
and
wondrous worlds.
I
Each
don't know if
one
the sequel is released yet at the
jam-packed
time of
with
this this recording I'm doing, which is November,
Find
not
coins.
November, October 6th.
Unlock hidden paths.
But there was a bit of
And help
controversy
out the locals with
where
their troubles.
Ubisoft made it sound like you had to get an account to play this game, Sparks of Hope, and then they had to rescind
At
their
shops,
statement
you can get items
immediately.
that'll come in handy during battles. After each quest
Because it's
or
a
battle,
single-player
your
game,
team will
and
earn
it's also
rewards.
mostly
Get
Nintendo
stronger.
flavored.
Sparks are here to lend a helping hand. Recruit up to 30 different Sparks, each with their own
But it's also because some
special
people
powers and
really
skills.
hate all
They
these
can
different
help spark
systems
a
where you gotta
decisive victory.
sign in and stuff. Even though it's, by all accounts,
Can
good,
Mario and the
because it
Rabbids put an
means
end
you
to the
actually
darkness?
get to share your information towards,
Mario Plus
like,
Rabbids
multi-platform
Sparks of Hope launches on
games,
Nintendo
right?
Switch October 20th.
in a sense.
Pre-orders are
That's
available
the
now
reason,
on
major
Nintendo
reason they do
eShop.
it. Well, that and probably because
Gold
they want you
edition can
to
also
buy
be
more of their
pre-ordered,
stuff and
containing
get the
base game,
bonuses, but
weapon skins,
there is
and
some
a
merit
season
to
pass.
having these sign-in systems for these third-party companies, because they do multi-platform. They
peace
want,
between
they
humans
do want to
and
give you the
monsters.
ability to be able to share your
Rune
stuff
Factory
across
3
different
returns on Nintendo
consoles
Switch.
or PC and stuff. Anyway,
Take a
another life
break
sim.
from quests to chat with the locals, cultivate crops.
Oh my
and
god, that's
care
very
for
square-like.
monsters. Among other relaxing
More fishing.
activities. You can also transform into a monster. Your abilities in battle and conversations with the locals will vary depending on your form. Your choices will also cause different events to occur. Plus, a brand new mode has been added to help you enjoy more quality time with your in-game spouse. Rune Factory 3 Special
that
launches
supposed to
on
mean?
Nintendo Switch next year.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. And also they're doing Rune Factory 4.
Plus, a new Rune Factory series will launch in the future.
Maybe Rune Factory 4? I'm not sure. And more
Nintendo
N64 games on the
64
way.
Games are on the way. Pilot Wings 64.
Oh, we do have a surprise
Mario
here.
Party.
Mario Party is a huge surprise for me. I never thought they'd ever re-release that game. The control stick mini games
Mario
were
Party
infamous.
3.
I imagine they'll put a warning for it, but I'm glad they are also
Pokemon
bringing back Mario
Stadium.
Party 3. They brought back Mario Party 2 for the Wii and Wii U, or
Pokemon
just the Wii U, I
Stadium
think.
2.
But the fact they're bringing back Mario Party 3 makes me very
1080
happy. We do
snowboard.
have Mario Party Superstars that technically has like most of the
Excite
N64 Mario
Bike
Party content in it,
64.
but the fact that we can actually just play
These
straight
games
up
will
the
gradually
original
be added
N64
in the
games
future. You can
is
play a selection
very
of Nintendo
welcome
64
addition.
games and enjoy many more gaming benefits.
Might actually
with an
finally get the
active
expansion
Nintendo
pack.
Switch Online Plus expansion pack membership.
In case
Oh,
any of you are
and
wondering,
there's
this is
one
precisely
more
why
game we should
I haven't
mention.
gotten the Mario Kart Booster Pass. Because I expect to eventually get the expansion pass at some point. GoldenEye's back. This is basically the OG 4 version for this, the virtual console, well not virtual console, the Switch Online service. It's also going on the Xbox version 2. Without online play, but it is like HD
Why
and
not mix
frame rate,
things up with these
frame rate
Nintendo Switch
improved.
games?
But the original N64
Live
version
your best life
gets
on the
online
newly
play for
discovered
some reason.
continent of Antuisia in
Kinda
this
weird.
immersive RPG. Perform over 100 types
It's not
of
like the
daily
ultimate
tasks to build
GoldenEye
character
remake they
and
were
deepen your
originally planning a
relationships
couple
with
of
the
years
locals.
back, unfortunately.
In
I
doing
think.
so, you'll gain access to different job classes and abilities. A grand adventure
Yet
into
one
the
more
unknown
RPG.
awaits. Various Day Life launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Square Enix kind of dominates these directs with all the different
A
RPGs they're doing.
malfunction causes you to crash land on a strange planet. Build a new rocket from scratch in this management sim game. Scour the planet for materials,
Crafting!
then build machines to refine them into various resources. Eventually, you'll construct multiple production lines like these. But the planet's creatures will attack, so keep them at bay. Factorio launches on Nintendo Switch October 28th.
Well, this has crafting and stuff, but at least it's for a different reason.
A young girl named Ib visits an art museum with her parents in
Also,
this
apparently
2D
this is a horror
exploration
game.
adventure. She wanders through a busy gallery by the artist Guertena until one particular piece draws her in. Will she be able to safely return to her own world? Every decision affects her fate in IB, launching on Nintendo Switch Spring 2023.
It's one of those old RPG Maker horror games where everything is out to kill you, and you just gotta know magically what you need to do to avoid stuff. Pauline and Diddy Kong are already out at the point of this reaction. Kinda wish Diddy Kong was back in Mario Kart. Like Diddy Kong was only in Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart Double Dash.
The second free update launches this month.
Kinda glad they're pushing Pauline a bit more.
The final summer begins.
And yet one more life sim RPG. I think it's a life sim.
どこまでも眩しくて想像しいあの夏が始まるそんな予感
What's
が
her name again? From which series
When
again?
strange islands
Oh yeah,
suddenly
Atelier
appear,
Ryza.
Ryza and friends set sail to investigate in order to protect their homeland from impending danger. Sprawling landscapes set the stage for your adventure.
Crafting!
Freely explore this vast world and forge your own path in this charming RPG.
Totsugeki!
11 heroes from all walks of life will join your party. During battle, work with your allies to activate various skills, which can be swapped out when needed. Teamwork is paramount after all. New features are also in store. The keys to this lively adventure are in your hands.
I gotta say, the presentation's pretty neat for this game.
Atelier Ryza
But isn't this like a remake or
Alchemist
something?
of the End and the Secret Key launches on the Nintendo Switch
Or is it a
system
sequel?
February 24th, 2023.
I can't tell! I thought this Atelier Ryza character was just a one-off thing, but apparently it's an entire series for
Wave 3 is on the way. Here's a sneak peek at 2 courses racing into Wave 3. Merry Mountain from Mario Kart
Yeah, a lot of
Tour.
people are a bit disappointed with the quality of these new tracks, but it's because some of them are from Mario Kart Tour, which means they're from a mobile game, which means they're just kind of upscaled for the Switch version.
Peach Gardens from Mario Kart DS.
There's also the fact that these other remake stage are probably meant to also appear in Mario Kart Tour, which is why they're also basically just upscaled from that game.
Wave 3 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
And
game
there's some
launches
original
this
tracks
holiday.
here and there, but they'll probably end up in Mario Kart
Nintendo
Tour
Switch Online
afterwards
Plus
anyway.
Expansion Pack members can enjoy this DLC at no additional cost.
Ironically, Mario Kart Tour
The
is now
DLC
free to
can
play, I
also be
believe.
purchased on its own.
Like, well, it always was, but like it's even freer to
How was
play
that?
now. Like you can
Next,
get
we
all
have
the
some
content
news to
eventually
share
or something.
about Nintendo
Just
Switch
play
Sports.
and you don't have to fork your wallet. Or maybe.
In the next free update, golf will be added.
And then there's this right here. The Wii Sports. Finally added golf.
Of course,
The
you
one
can
with the
play
weird
these
avatars that no one likes,
Additionally,
even though
up to 8
original
players
Wii avatars
online can
were
play at the
considered
same
weird.
time on the same course.
People would
in
have just
survival
preferred
golf.
actual Nintendo
Those with
characters.
the most strokes
Well,
will be
apparently
out.
the Mii's
previously
are now
announced that the update
Nintendo
would
characters,
release this
and
fall.
these new weird
However, we'd
things
like a bit
are
more time for
not.
development, so the update is now planned for this holiday. Please wait just a little longer.
Please understand.
Next, we have a special guest,
Miyamoto?
Mr. Miyamoto.
Indeed.
Hello, it's been a while. I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. I have a few things I'd like to share with you today, including some news.
Well,
First, as you
unfortunately,
may have heard, the Super Mario Bros. Animated movie we're developing with Chris Meledandri from Illumination will release next spring.
next spring.
And Super Nintendo World, which is entering its second year at Universal Studios Japan, will also open in Hollywood, California in the US.
Yeah, finally a
Recently,
reasonable
we've been
place to
working
get
on
to
the
that place,
finishing
except
touches for both.
it's still like a good plane
Today,
ride
I'd like to
for
talk
me
a
to
little
ever
bit
get there,
about Pikmin.
if I ever do. I only went to Disney World once. Or,
It's been over 20 years
Twice,
since
I
the
think.
first game, and we're
and
still
I don't
working
think it
on
was the same
series.
one both times.
This
Also,
is
they've
Pikmin
got
Bloom.
Pikmin
It's a
news
smart
too,
device game
but
we
it's
started with
Pikmin
Niantic
Bloom.
late
It's
last
actually not
year,
that bad of
in
a
which
mobile
players
game though.
all over the world are
I should
planting
look into that.
flowers.
Very relaxing from what I've
Here's a
heard.
quick rundown of the game for those who have yet to play it. Pikmin Bloom is a smart device game that uses your location. By walking outside, you can find Pikmin, raise them, and plant flowers together. All you need to do is take it with you on your daily walks or outings. You can look back at the
Well,
end
I
of the
use
day and
buses
see where
very
you walked.
often, but not walking.
Send out
I don't know if
Pikmin
it
and collect the items they
will
found
detect
that
if
day,
I walk.
and feed them nectar to increase their petals. So, how many steps did we take today? While you're out and about, you can also use the AR feature to take photos with Pikmin. Pikmin are all around you. Let's take a quick look at my screen.
Man, people are so enraged
I've
to
nearly
see that
700
Miyamoto is talking about Pikmin and
They
it's
love
Pikmin
nectar.
Bloom and not Pikmin 4. Because
If you give
he mentioned
Pikmin
in
nectar like you see here,
2015
their flowers will
that
bloom.
Pikmin 4 was in development, and here he is
You'll
in
also see the number of
2022
steps
talking
you've
about
taken that
Pikmin Bloom instead.
Regarding the
That's
map, the
gotta
clouds will clear along the
enrage some
path you
people,
walk,
right?
so you can
Some
keep a
people
record
were
of
like, we're
locations
looking
you
forward to a
visited.
new, actual, real
I normally
Pikmin
move
game,
around
not like the
within
3DS
Kyoto, but
side
I've
game
also been
or something
going
like that,
to
or not like
Osaka,
this,
Universal
which
Studios
is also
Japan.
considered a side game. Not
I
a real
occasionally go to
Pikmin
Tokyo
game.
as well. You'll say to yourself,
they're not
okay,
bad.
this time I'll try walking
You know,
here.
if you open
It
your
makes
mind,
trips and walks
kind of like
a
you
lot
did
of
for the
fun.
original.
It's a very easygoing play experience you can
But I
enjoy
guess
just by
the-
taking it with you.
I guess
I
the
hope you'll
paid
try it out.
Pikmin game on 3DS
Okay,
wasn't
now
actually
to the main event.
a real
Please take a look at
platformer,
this.
just kind of a mediocre one. But yeah, he's just joshing with us. The real news here is this. A CG trailer of Pikmin 4. Does it say anything about what we're actually going to do in it? Not really. But honestly, it's nice to see that they're actually fully confirming it, kinda. Then again, there's also Metroid Prime 4, and that's still in
That's
the
right.
oven. Still
Pikmin
don't
4
know what
will
it even
launch
looks
in
like, Metroid Prime 4.
2023. We won't be showing any gameplay today. However, you'll be able to play like this, from the Pikmin's perspective near the ground.
That player character is not Olimar. And it doesn't
I also made
like
a new
it's.
t-shirt.
It looks like the character had a
Nintendo
thin
Switch
hair,
has
so it
made
makes me
controlling the
think
game
it's
simpler,
like that.
meaning you can further concentrate on the
Brittany
core
from
essence of
Pikmin 3, but
gameplay. We call it
I don't think it
Dandori
is
in
Pikmin
Japanese, or
3's Brittany
strategically
either.
planning, deploying, and
I
commanding
don't
the Pikmin. I hope you're all looking forward to Pikmin 4.
I am looking forward
Thank
to
you,
Pikmin 4 for what
Mr.
it's worth.
Koizumi.
It's also Pikmin games have always been kind of
Thank you
short
very
too, so
much, Mr.
it's
Miyamoto.
still something I can finish in my own time.
Now, let's move on to some more headlines.
Dance,
Take your
dance.
dancing game to the next level.
Popular, people want to play it. Is there a Wii version? Ubisoft, is there a Wii version? That was such a hilarious scene, actually. Probably gonna have to mute this actually because Ubisoft will flag the video otherwise or something like that. But it's so hilarious that they made a Wii version of like the previous Just Dance game, but not a Wii U version. Just goes to show how much the Wii version was selling. Wii versions were still selling, but the Wii U version
you survive
was already
the
gone.
season of
Anyway, yeah,
death?
one more life sim before we're done.
You
Harvestella.
cultivate a peaceful farm life in the village of Lethe. The season of death quietus continuously returns, threatening to destroy all. Travel the world and find a way to put an end to the calamity in this life simulation RPG.
Can we
Along
fish?
the way, allies with different motives will join
Yeah,
your
sure,
cause.
we can fight and stuff, but can we
Facing
fish?
numerous dangers, you'll begin to uncover
I
the
see
truth
lakes.
of this ill-fated world. After this presentation, a demo containing the opening days of your farm's first season will be available on Nintendo eShop. Save data can be transferred to the full game once purchased. Harvestella
Man, that's
launches
so
on
neat
Nintendo
that
Switch
they
November
let
4th.
you download free demos whenever you want. But not only that, but they let
Get
you
ready
continue
for
from
a
where you
devilishly good
stopped
time.
at the demo. That never happened back in like the
After 500 years,
pre-2000 era. Because
Because
demos did exist back then, but
in the first Bayonetta game,
you could
she fought
rarely
through
be able
dangers
to
recover her lost
continue from
memories.
where the demo left off, because
And in the
saving
second,
information like
confronted
that
demons to save
was just
her
not
best
possible
friend.
or easy
Now, in
or
this third
feasible, or
installment,
because the demo was
she'll
completely
fight
different
to
from the
protect the
actual
world
full
from
game
the
or
sudden
something.
invasion of man-made bioweapons called
I think
homunculi.
Bayo 3 is already out by the time watching this, and unfortunately they seem to have changed Bayo as an English
She's
voice
gone
actress.
From fighting for herself to fighting for others. To fighting
Fortunately,
for
that
the
new
world.
voice actress is Jennifer Hale.
Those
I'm
who
not gonna
have
say no to
overcome their
that.
past histories with Bayonetta to fight alongside her include the journalist Luca.
I have not gotten around to playing Bayo
And
3
another Umbra
yet,
witch, Jean.
though, so no
New
spoilers
ally
regarding
Viola
that.
also joins in on the action. A hair-raising, demon summoning, globe-trotting adventure awaits in Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, it's already out.
Launching on Nintendo Switch October
Been almost a week
28th.
now. Well, actually, it has been a
Pre-orders
week.
are available now on Nintendo eShop.
But
After today's
they're
Nintendo
doing so many
Direct,
re-releases
a
of
new
the
trailer
old
delving more into gameplay
Bayo
will
games. I'm
launch on
kind
our
of tempted
official
to
YouTube
just
channel.
wait until the next console to get this Bayonetta game.
A dark fantasy mystery abounds from the creators of
You know, so we can play the
Danganronpa.
game with a more stable frame rate.
Welcome to the city of perpetual rain. Many cases remain
The
unsolved
City of
in
Tears?
this corporate-controlled metropolis.
No, this is
Those who
very
investigate are called
Danganronpa-like
master
in style.
detectives who come from all around the world.
Like, literally, if you told me this is a Danganronpa game, I think everyone would believe you.
Meet Yuma, an amnesiac detective, and Shinigami, the spirit haunting him after their pact.
Shinigami?
Dive into these unsolved cases as a trainee at the detective agency.
Clock tower.
Thoroughly inspect each crime scene to gather clues and evidence. When you're ready,
I think that's
Shinigami
an
will
unfortunate
conjure
thing
a
about the
well
artist,
tying the
actually,
crime
that they're
scene to the
incapable
truth.
of, or rather, they're
A
constantly
mystery
ordered to draw
labyrinth.
the same way they've been
Overcome
needed to
obstacles and
for
manifestations of
Danganronpa
mysteries
games
to
and stuff.
edge closer to the actual events. However,
This is
mystery
by all
dungeons
accounts a
will attempt to
Danganronpa
hinder
game.
your progress
Maybe
during
with a
each
little bit of
case.
Persona in it.
Avoid their barrage of falsehoods and slash through contradictions. Uncover the secrets.
I guess
of
what I'm trying to
Master
say is that
Detective
the
Archives,
main
Raincoat,
protagonist having
launching
this
first
idiot
on the
hair
Nintendo Switch
is
system,
totally
spring
something
2023.
that the artist actually had to put in. Either that or they're a
Enter
real
the
fan of it.
village,
Okay, this
if you
looks like
dare.
super exciting, but unfortunately, it's not a.
The
I would have
latest
preferred a
installment in
downgraded
the
version.
Resident Evil series
Seriously,
is coming
I
to
would have preferred a
Nintendo
downgraded
Switch
version
as
over a cloud version.
version.
I don't need the graphics.
Ethan Winters must
I would
face the
prefer rather
horrors
have
of
the
village
non-internet,
and its four
obligation.
fearsome lords to rescue his abducted daughter. Resident Evil Village Cloud launches on Nintendo Switch October 28th.
Persistent high-speed internet
You
connection.
can download and try
Yeah,
out the free
that's
demo
still
today
not enough.
on Nintendo eShop to pre-order the full game.
I don't think people want to play delay. This is the
The
scariest game
Winter's
of all.
expansion DLC containing a new third-person mode, additional story content, and
That
more
being said, Resident
will
Evil
launch
Village is
December
extremely
2nd.
good.
Additionally, 3 other recent entries in the Resident Evil series will be available as cloud versions on Nintendo Switch this year.
Yeah, I'd much prefer a downgraded version. Seriously, Capcom. Please just make actual playable version for the Switch, or wait until Nintendo releases the Switch 2, which can handle
It's
the
an
games.
action-packed
Please.
lineup of Nintendo Switch games.
Because we know Capcom is just going to keep re-releasing those
Vanquish
games
foes to
over
avenge your
and
father
over
in this
and over.
kung fu
Now here this
action
looks
brawl.
interesting.
By thrusting,
A game where you
and
grow
parrying
1
opponents,
year older every
you'll
time
break
you
their
die.
stance and gain the upper hand. Fall in combat and you'll get
It doesn't
older
look
and weaker.
great, but
In
the
turn,
fact that
however,
the
you'll learn new
gameplay-wise, it
techniques
looks
to complete your mission.
interesting.
Can you exact revenge before your time runs out? Sifu pummels its way onto Nintendo Switch November 8th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Presumably you get stronger the older you get.
Experience the events leading up to
Oh yeah,
Final
another...
Fantasy VII in this
I think this is a cloud version too?
RPG.
Actually, I think apparently no, this is not a cloud version. This is
to become a hero. Together,
a Squall
with
version.
Sephiroth
No, not
and
really.
Cloud, he investigates
Not
strange
Squall, it's
disappearances within his
the other
elite
character.
unit.
Whatever the case, if it's not cloud,
This remaster
I'm
features
all for it.
enhanced HD graphics, an updated combat system, and new soundtrack arrangements. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion launches on Nintendo Switch December 13th. The classic arcade shoot-'em-up Radiant Silvergun is coming to Nintendo Switch. Fire different types of weapons to take down waves of enemies. Defeat multiple enemies of the same color for a chain bonus. Or take down
shoot 'em ups are actually
differently colored ones for a
probably
secret
my
bonus.
favorite type of game to play right now. Because
Rack up
if
these
you want to
bonuses
play a
for high
short
score.
a game with short bursts of fun, then shoot 'em ups is the way to
Silvergun
go.
Launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
But I
Recruit a
usually
team
just
of
go back to
shipwrecked
Gradius.
Heroes and make your way out of a
yes,
derelict
Gradius.
space station in this roguelike game set
wanna
in
play a
the
shoot 'em up.
endless universe. But it's not as
Very
easy
quick
as
and
it
easy fun.
sounds. You'll have to fend off continuous waves of monsters as you make your way through procedurally generated levels. Complete various quests to unlock new
Roguelike.
heroes, weapons, station areas, and more. Up to 3 players in online co-op can attempt to escape their grim fate. Do you have what it takes? Endless Dungeon launches on Nintendo Switch next year.
Ah,
Journey of World Regeneration
back to
begins
Tales of
anew.
Symphonia, are we? We could have had Tales of
Remaster of
Berseria
Tales
or
of Symphonia
Zestria or
is coming to
something, because I'm pretty
Nintendo
sure the
Switch.
Switch could handle
The world
those with a
of
few
Silverhawk is
downgrades,
controlled by
but no, we gotta
shadowy
go back to the
forces called
nostalgic one.
Scions. To
And it doesn't
stop
even
them,
look that much
the
like it
person
had
known as
that
the
much of a
Chosen
big
One
upgrade.
must ascend the Tower
Unfortunately.
of Salvation.
I really hope that's true.
Lloyd soon embarks on a journey with Colette. the
And
current
apparently they
Chosen
didn't.
One
They
and
still
his
didn't put
childhood
back the
friend
60
in this
frames per
beloved
second that the
action
original
RPG.
GameCube version
They'll
had.
meet allies along the
This
way,
is such a cursed
like the
thing
wandering
actually about this
aristocrat, the
game.
Solos.
The original GameCube release
And the
actually was 60
lumberjack
frames
who
per
lost her
second, but then
emotions after
because the
an
PlayStation
experiment,
2 was selling so much more, they made a version for that one, but they had to
will also
downgrade it to
join the
30
party.
frames per second, and every subsequent version of Tales of Symphonia has been 30
fate of
frames.
two interconnected worlds.
But the
hangs in the
PS2
balance.
version also had more content that you kind of wish was
Tales of
in
Symphonia
the
Remastered
this
begins
remaster
its
and
journey
stuff,
on Nintendo
so-
Switch early next year.
And it is, but you'd also wish to have the 60 frames per second, which apparently they didn't bring back for whatever reason. So in that sense, there's still some worth. It's still worth playing the original GameCube version of Tales of Symphonia, just because you get smooth 60 frames per second content. Apparently, this is just one game right here. It made it look like they were going over several games. Disney Speedstorm. It's Mario Kart, but with Disney characters. And then we got Fall Guys right here. I never got around to playing it. It looks fun, but also extremely frustrating. And I don't think I'd be able to stop myself from playing until I won at least once. Which is why I'm not touching it. Oh, and here we have a remake of Kirby's Adventure, Kirby's Return to Dreamland on Wii.
Switch. One day, a spaceship crash lands on planet
Feels
Popstar.
weird for me to say that. I never got around to playing this
Magalore
Kirby
returned
game.
To his home planet, Kirby and his friends set off on an adventure.
And already they're making a
In
remake of
addition to
it
sword,
before I ever got a
whip,
chance.
And other familiar copy abilities, the new Mecha copy ability makes its debut.
I
Blast
kind of like the
foes from a
filter they
distance,
used here
or
for this
punch 'em up close.
remaster of the original
It's
game,
packed
but
with other powerful
I feel
moves
they
as
could have
well.
also done a bit
The
more.
game supports local play for
Like
up
it
to
feels
4
like they didn't put
players on
enough
the same
anti-aliasing or whatever you want
Plus,
to call it.
everyone can play as Kirby while using their favorite
Bit
copy
of a grainy
abilities.
feel to it. Which doesn't feel
There's
like it's
also a
intentional.
collection of sub-games to play. This includes the new sub-game Magalore's Tome Trackers and returning ones like Samurai Kirby. All sub-games
Samurai
can be
Kirby.
played with up
Just
to
press
4
one
players.
button and you win. Personally, I'm all for the 64 Kirby minigames. Well, two of them.
An
One of
adventure
the
of deluxe
64 games was
proportions
actually kind of boring. I think it's a fruit collecting one or
Kirby's
something.
Return to Dreamland Deluxe launches on the Nintendo Switch system February 24th, 2023. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
As part of Kirby's 30th anniversary, a remake of Kirby's Return to Dreamland will be released.
Yeah,
We
wasn't
hope you're looking
Return to
forward to
Dreamland
this
also originally released as some kind of anniversary?
Thank you for watching
Can't
today's
remember.
Nintendo Direct.
No, we're not done just yet.
This
The
next
news that
trailer
people
will be
were
our
waiting
last
for
announcement.
has
Please
yet to
take a
be
look.
delivered. But this is the final piece of news. It's not even that much, unfortunately. But totally, like, when people saw this, they were like, oh, shut up, the good stuff is coming here. And apparently there's been legends about the sequel to Breath of the Wild after the stuff of the prophecy was already complete and everything, weirdly enough. They predicted that you win after they predicted that you were destined to fail or something like that. I don't know. Just feels kind of weird. To be fair, this is no longer Breath of the Wild 2, as we'll see of the new title they got. Some people liken this new presentation of the game as a pseudo remake of retelling of sort of a Skyward Sword. Not retelling, but like another attempt at Skyward Sword, you know? Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Tears of the Kingdom. Not Breath of the Wild, even though it looks like it. It's Tears of the Kingdom. A completely different game. Just because it looks similar doesn't mean it's the same. It's like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. They might use the same engine and they might have like similar graphics and stuff, but it does not mean it's the same game. And also it said May 12, 2023, but I don't believe that for a second. They're going to delay it again. Mark my words. They're going to delay it again. An entire year. I bet it. Seriously. Metroid Prime 4 might come out before it. Anyway, that was the Nintendo Direct from September 13, 2022. Finally reacting to it for you all, even though I watched it way back then. Now, let's actually move on to actually watching the Super Mario Bros. Movie Direct, which is considerably shorter than this one. Now, as I mentioned much earlier on, I did not listen to a single thing here. So I don't know the voices. But as a special treat, I think I'm actually going to listen to other language versions of this trailer just to hear what they sound like in like French and apparently Brazilian too. Because to some people it sounds just as good, if not better. And wow, gotta go way further ahead for this. Right here. Any moment now. Here we go. Still on stream. And also #1 in trending. This direct.
Hello everyone, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. As we previously mentioned, in today's Nintendo Direct, we'll reveal the first trailer for the Super Mario Bros. Animated movie for the very first time. This Nintendo Direct is also being broadcast simultaneously at New York Comic Con. Hello, New York Comic Con! It's been nearly 40 years since the original Mario Bros. Game was
Man,
released in
Miyamoto
Japan.
looks a lot older now.
Today, lots of people
Starting to get
around
gray
the world
hair.
are playing Mario games. Thank you all so much.
Still looks pretty good for his age though.
Finally, the world of Super Mario Bros. Will become an animated movie. We've been working on this movie together with Chris Meledandri from Illumination for a long time, from brainstorming and all the way through production. The time flew by as we were having fun figuring out how to depict the Super Mario characters and world. Now, I'd like to hear from Chris-san, my good friend and great partner for the movie.
Not Chris Pratt.
Let's
Chris,
bring him in.
the
Chris-san.
dev, kinda.
San.
I am speaking on behalf of our directors, Michael Jelinek, Aaron Horvath, and the entire Illumination crew of artists when I tell you that producing the Super Mario Brothers movie with you and your team at Nintendo has been an absolute privilege. Our crew is filled with Mario fanatics.
You gotta include a minion in the back there, of
bringing
course.
the very best of their talent to this film every day.
Oops.
Next week, we complete animation. We're knee-deep into lighting and compositing. Composer Brian Tyler heads to the scoring stage in just 11 days. He's been working hand-in-hand with Koji Kondo to integrate classic themes from the game into the film score. Miyamoto-san, it's been over 7 years since we first started talking about making this movie together.
Well, over 7 years.
And it is thrilling to finally be here to show the very first look at footage with Mario fans at Nintendo Direct and at New York Comic Con.
Assuming the 2022 is when they were doing the supporting.
Some of our cast?
That's literally back in
Okay,
2015.
Chris-san.
They were literally
Now,
talking about
I'll
making this
introduce
movie.
2 of the stars from this movie.
So it
Both
must
of
be
them
good,
love
right?
Nintendo games and made
7
this
years
into
in
a
the making.
really
It
fun
must be
movie.
good, right?
Are you ready?
Growing up, man, I spent hours of my life stomping Koopas in the original Mario Brothers arcade game at my local laundromat.
They really stomped the
And then, of
Koopas.
course, it came out on
You
Nintendo, and I
hit them from
played
below
that
and then you
in,
kicked
maybe
them.
years of my life.
So Chris Pratt is already
It's
talking
an
about his
honor
ass right here,
truly
kinda.
to be able to speak to the man who created those
He's
memories.
so cool.
And it's an honor to work with him.
But he's really there for
been a
being the
lifelong
big
dream of mine,
ticket on the movie, I feel.
That dream, like all dreams, faces one critical challenge, as in the film. I must face off against.
What's with the blur that Chris Pratt got here? I mean,
stealer.
he's probably using a green screen, but
great
I don't know. I don't
hero
like the
needs
way
a guy
his
about
background
it,
is blurred right here.
and
Like even his face is kind of
promise you,
blurring
I
when he's
could not have been
going
paired
too
with
far
the
to the
more
sides.
perfect King of the Koopas, Bowser, and my friend,
Jack
great
Black.
and hilarious, supremely talented Mr. Jack Black.
Yep.
Thank you, Chris, but I can't let you have all the fun. Now it's time for us to make this moment all about me. While you've been dreaming about playing Mario, I've been preparing. Look at all this Koopa muscle I packed on.
Ooh.
And this flowing mane doesn't just appear overnight. Do you have any idea how long it took me to learn how to breathe fire? I had to go learn it from Gene Simmons of Kiss. And all this hard
Jack
work
Black
been
has
worth
so
it,
much
though. I am
charisma.
so
He's also
proud
actually got
to have been
practice
able to
as a
collaborate
voice
with you.
actor. And I know some people are gonna say Chris
as well
Pratt
as the
technically also
entire
has
Nintendo and
practice as a voice actor.
Illumination
He's
team
an
on this
actor.
cinematic
It's quite different to
experience,
be
one
on
that will
stage
make
and
its
actually
mark on
acting and
Mario
talking to other
fandom
people
forever.
versus actually
Much
speaking
love.
from an anime character's voice. Which I believe
you,
Chris
Chris-san,
Pratt has.
Jack-san.
Well, Jack Black has more
All
experience
right,
than Chris
then.
Pratt on that account.
Thank you all for waiting. Let's press the
Kind of
start
wish we
button.
had some views from other actors, but whatever, those two is more than enough. Let's hear the voices. I have not heard the voices yet. But I have seen the footage. Which looks pretty good, honestly. It's not like Disney level quite, but Illumination isn't that bad. It's just that people give them a lot of crap for doing so many Minions movies and stuff.
Behold, the king of the Koopas!
Kamek sounds not too bad. A little different, but not horrible or something like that.
Open the gates!
Bowser, or I guess I should say Jack Black, sounded not too bad as Bowser either. I know he says more lines right here.
That is but a taste of our fury. Do you yield? I do not. I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
Yeah, Jack Black as Bowser, it seems like he really tried to go for the role. And it's not as silly as his Bowser's voice is not as silly as the Sunshine voice, which is something I cannot get out of my head, personally.
What is this place?
And then we got Chris Pratt as Mario here, and a lot of people have been critical about it.
Touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Oh wow, Toad.
Mushroom King.
Toad is such a weird... Yeah, here we come instead of here we go, Chris Pratt, come on. Toad is such a weird case in that he does not sound... Toad does not sound like Toad, but the thing is, Toad's got an annoying voice, so... Yeah, Luigi at the end. I'm actually really glad they showed Luigi.
I want to thank all of you.
Toad does not sound like Toad, but it's probably for the best because Toad just sounds annoying in the games.
In the coming months.
I'm looking forward to it too. What do you think will happen during Mario's adventure in the Mushroom Kingdom?
Isekai.
Production of the movie is going well. Currently, like with any Nintendo game, we're working on the finishing touches. I hope you're looking forward to the next trailer. It'll be a great experience watching the Super Mario Bros. Movie in movie theaters. You'll get to see the Mushroom Kingdom on the big screen. Look closely and you'll spot things in all sorts of places. This film can be enjoyed by people of all ages, so I hope you'll get to a movie theater and cheer for Mario. That's all for today.
Oh, I think everyone was going to cheer for Bowser this time, Miyamoto. Or Luigi. Because that's Mama Luigi to you, Mario. Okay, so that was the English version. I do want to watch the French and Brazilian version of the Super Mario Bros. Movie trailer too. A film bound. And let's try the Brazilian too. And there's also Japanese, but I guess we'll watch the Japanese too, but Brazilian one. French Mario sounds more like Mario. Apparently, same thing for Brazilian, apparently. What the hell? I don't care about you, of course. Alright. This is the French version. I'm gonna skip ahead to when we actually hear some voices.
Son Altesse, le roi des copains!
Kamek doesn't sound too bad as a French either. And Bowser's tail is unusually long, I get that. Better that he has a tail and no tail though. Bowser doesn't sound too bad in French either.
Ce n'est qu'un avant-goût de notre furie. Es-tu prêt à te soumettre? Je crains que non.
Man, I can't be the only one who actually was kind of hoping this Ice Castle thing actually had the Shiver King from Paper Mario. That would have been like such a neat touch. But the Pingus is kind of neat too.
Où est-ce que je suis tombé? Touche pas à ce champignon ou t'es mort!
Oh, autant pour moi. Celui-là, c'est bon, il te fera rien.
Tu viens, Mario? Royaume champignon, nous voilà!
Oh wow, yeah, that sounds a lot more like Mario. Kinda. But it's also, it's important to know that this is just like 2 lines from Mario we get. So it's kind of hard to gauge what Chris Pratt is going to sound like, or the rest of this French version is going to sound like, so I don't want to rush the theme too much. Now we're gonna watch the Brazilian version.
Eis aqui o rei dos copas.
Big tail.
Abra os portões!
Man, Bowser's voice kicks ass no matter which language it is. At least that's what it seems like. It's good too, because Bowser's supposed to have this charisma about him. Even though he's kind of an idiot.
Você se rende? Nem pensar. Finalmente encontrei! Agora quem vai me deter?
Que lugar é esse?
Se tocar nesse cogumelo, você vai morrer! Opa, foi mal. Esse aqui é de boa. Vamos lá, Mario!
Reino dos cogumelos, lá vamos nós!
Yeah, this one so far seems to have tried the most to sound like Charles Martinet. There is like other interpretations of Mario's voice before that though, like back in when it was Lou Albano, I think is his name, and there was one after that too that had Mario voices. But people are so used to Charles Martinet as Mario that it's kind of like difficult for people to hear Mario as anyone but Charles Martinet, you know? Something like that. Anyway, let's finally listen to the Japanese version. Can I get around to it? Right here. Oh, just Mario? No Japanese Bowser, unfortunately. Oh, what? There is no Japanese voice. It's just it's just subtitles.
That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come!
Yeah, okay, that's disappointing. I'm actually surprised the Japanese version just straight up uses the English voice acting. Or maybe they'll have actual Japanese voice acting. I do know that for them, they actually do kind of like getting the English voice actors for their content. Like Kingdom Hearts had some re-releases where they straight up just had to include the English voice acting for the Disney characters and stuff. So there is a precedence for them to be like reverse weebs in that sense, kinda. I feel maybe I'm not too much of an expert on that, to be honest. Anyway, that was pretty much my reaction to the last two directs that have happened. I really wish I could have done live reactions, but it was not to be. But I hope these pre-recorded reactions were at least as good reaction. Oh, and finally, for those who don't want to hear Chris Pratt as Mario during the English Super Mario Brothers movie, and probably will enjoy the rest of it, because I don't think it's going to be that bad. Hopefully it just won't be boring, I want to say. You can probably just like replace Chris Pratt with another like other language voice actor, the French or Brazilian version, for example, like as I've shown, and then just play the rest of the voice is in English if you like all the rest. That's what I'm planning to do. Maybe probably just gonna have Mario speaking the Italian version, and maybe Luigi too. But I really want to hear Charlie Day's rendition of Luigi before making that kind of judgment. Anyway, bye bye. Hopefully next time I'll actually get a live reaction to one of these directs.